What's up, YouTube? Me again. Oh my god, trying a different angle. So I'm taking apart the heads, 862 heads on this LS1, and they're to remove the valves. There's different types of valve spring removal tools and stuff like that. I've watched a lot of videos on people making their own. There's a few that you need a welder, yada yada yada. It's actually, you don't need that. Now I had a couple scrap pieces of metal laying around that were already punched, and this is basically that's what it looks like. This is pretty cool. So I wish you could see this. All right, so what you want to do, you want to get a reamer like this. All right, just on a drill, electric drill, and you want to remount a hole big enough that fits over the retaining clip on the springs where the keepers are, and that'll allow it to push down and you to retrieve those keepers and drop the valve out. All right, and then another hole right here, you want to drill. You got to find a bolt that's kind of long. I had this is a spare bolt that fits the same threads inside the head where the rocker arm bar goes, I guess. That's what I'm gonna call it. So I'll go ahead and show you what I'm gonna do here. Now, I position it to where, I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully you can. Right there, and you can see how that hole lines up with that one. Now, this is just big enough to fit over those keepers. All right, so I take the spare bolt that I have, I want to thread it into there, if I can find the hole, thread it all the way down. Okay, just like this. Now this pan head right here is a little too big, as you can see right there. All right, so just position it right there. That's a 10mm bolt. So what I do is I just tighten it down just like this, and you can already see how it's pushing down on that valve spring. Okay, so you go all the way down, you don't go as tight as you can, you just snug it up just like that. All right, now what that does is you can put a rag under here, makes it a lot easier. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Go from underneath, find the valve that you're pushing on, and you just push on it. Being stubborn. So if you can't get it, tighten it down just a little bit more. Don't tighten it down a lot. From underneath, and I might have to hit this son of a bitch. Yeah, you can see how corroded those are. Ow, that hurt. There you go. All right. So once you do that, bring your head back down. Now these are the keepers right here. This other one flew off. Tiny little buggers. Okay. Do not lose these if you're going to reuse them. I highly suggest you replace them. So once you get those two off, that valve will drop right out. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to loosen this back up. Make sure you keep the bolt straight. Sorry for the horrible videomanship. So you just loosen it up. Take it off just like that. And then the valve spring retainer come right out. All right, valve's still in there. So I have another one right here. I'm gonna show you an easy way to take these valve seals off. You just take a flathead screwdriver in there in the top, and you just work it one way. Come around to the other side. Work it the other way. Just gotta work it. All right, and once you get it loose, just boop, pops right off. That's your valve seat, or valve seal. Nice and easy. Yeah, so guys, I did the best I could with that. It's only me here, and I don't have a little tripod and stuff like that. So hopefully that sheds some light on it. And that's pretty much how you take out all the valve springs. Now, if you're gonna reuse the valves like I am, you need to keep track of them. Don't lose them. Don't lose count, because you'd have to reseat them and everything like that, and no one has time for that. So when it comes time, I will put up a video that shows me putting them back together, and hopefully by then I figure out a system on how to videotape myself on doing that. Maybe tripod, who knows? I gotta figure it out. So hopefully this is helpful to some of you guys. Don't be afraid to make your own parts. It saves you money. Like right there, I saved about 60-70 bucks. And another thing, you got to keep that bolt lubricated. That way you don't tear the threads out of the head.